you awake? I thought I heard you get up.
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah, a bit. You should get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. What else is on your mind?
I don't know, it seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life. I saw a fox on a snowy mountain, just looking confused and worried. Those eyes, I can't get those eyes out of my head. She was running in the windy snow, looking for something.
Do you think it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know. It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make sense. A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me. I want to hear.
All right. She couldn't stay, though. She had to find her other 2 children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. Something with answers. The fox looked high and low, searching for any sign of her cubs. Points of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own. The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time. stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry for everything.
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like? You know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself. I think we both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared? I think my dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way, except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you. Life got worse and worse, and at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words. I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike. I'll never forget that feeling. The wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly, and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you. You have strength, Joseph, and you're not as alone as you think.
It's all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads passed us by.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns in this, but it always leads to the same thing.
And what's that?
Family.
I'm so glad that you're part of my family, Rachel.
And I'm glad you're part of mine.
The fox knew her last cub would be waiting for her at the first tree. She was almost there. The rain cascaded onto the jade valley where the entrance to the tree was. Life was protected there, because that's where life began. It was now only a mother and a daughter left. Items from my life still dotted the ground as she moved closer to her destination and destiny.
Hey, thanks for the host, Zacho. I saw you were doing TP practice earlier. How did it go, man? Thanks, dude. This game is a lot easier than TP. It's basically just hold forward for the most part. So I'm just chilling. How do things go for you? Hey, CDR. Don't be too hard on yourself. You're still a new runner, and like just focus on the things that you need like the most practice with, and the rest will come with time. No problem. No worries. Which segments did you practice today? Oh fuck it, that jump is so difficult. That's probably the most difficult thing with this run, but like it barely saves time. So I probably shouldn't do it. Yeah, this is like perfect before bed. Like it's 3 in the morning here, so I just kind of felt like doing this before bed because I had some issues with the game, and then I solved it. So I was thinking, oh shit, let's just do a run because I had a lot to improve on from last week. Well, that's good. Early game is the most difficult part of the run, honestly. At least like early / middle, like from Gorge Point and on, like that's where it gets really challenging. So it's good to practice that. Dungeons is just like just put on a timer, do ILs, and you know just go through them over and over again. But with the early game, there's so many different tricks, you know. So it's good to practice early and mid game. Sold it? What do you mean?
In the distance, the first tree illuminated the wasteland. She couldn't go home anymore. She did the only thing she was capable of. Moving forward. My dad died alone in the middle of the wilderness. I should have been talking to him more. I should have done a lot of things differently.
Oh, I solved it. Not sold, but solved. Yeah. The camera was spinning. I remember now. The camera was spinning constantly earlier. So, and the reason was because I have plugged in my adapter for GameCube controller, and I had it to PC mode instead of Wii U mode, and it's usually on Wii U mode. But for the Hat in Time 2017 speedrunning event, if I wanted that to work with GameCube controller, I had to switch it to PC mode, and that affected this game as well. So even though I didn't have my controller plugged in, just having the USB plugged in and have it to PC mode made the camera just turn around constantly. So once I realized that, I was like, oh, okay, so that's the reason. I could have unplugged the adapter or just switched to Wii U mode.
There was a letter I received yesterday from a name I didn't recognize.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
I can't stop thinking about. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. More and more,
Yeah, once you're past Morphle, it's like nothing can really kill the run. Like
each of us.
the bomb bag thing is gone. You know, it doesn't really matter if you die.
Sometimes
You just like you need bombs for Zan, but even so, like you can fill up and sit in the sky if you're low.
Already have my
So you have backups that are actually not that slow to get. So it's actually like really nice after Morphle. Yeah, the Mayflash PC GameCube adapter. I'm guessing the problem may still happen on the official Nintendo one, but I don't know, I don't have that one. I have the same problem, yeah. I don't know, I never used PC mode, it was always on Wii U mode, like when I was playing Melee on Dolphin. Before I had in time to work, it had to be on PC mode for some reason, so I switched it to that. And it worked for I had in time, it was really fun and really good. But I didn't realize that it could have an effect on this game as well. I learned that if not a controller is plugged in, it treats it like a controller with no buttons pressed and the sticks at the top left. Yeah, I guess. But I always had it plugged in. I just had it to Wii U mode. So I guess it was just like not really active. Like on PC mode it's kind of active all the time, I guess.
I guess our journey was over. But I have no idea. It was only a dream. A distraction.
Yeah, this game has a really good story and the music is also very good. And that's basically all this game has got going for it. The gameplay is very, very simple, and it's not supposed to be anything impressive really. So it's just like exploring, finding secrets of your past, and just listening to the story. The voice acting is really good too, in my
You're
opinion.
going to see him and be with him one last time before you say goodbye. I have one last quote for you by Emerson, sealed in an imaginary letter for me to
If that controller is plugged into every port, you wouldn't have that issue. Alright, sure. But still, like, I had my adapter plugged in, and it was set to Wii U mode, and then I installed this game, and I ran it, and it worked perfectly fine. And when that was plugged in, I had no ports in. Like, I played with a keyboard or with my Xbox 360 controller. So the problem first occurred to me when I hit the switch on the back of the adapter and set it to PC mode. So that's when it's like kind of turned on, I guess. Could have saved a lot more time, but I messed up that jump a lot, so I think that was mostly it. Otherwise it was good. Yeah, this is like, I think it says, like the description for this game is like, if you like games like Journey and Flower and Abzu, then you should enjoy this. I only played around with the official one. That makes sense. Yeah, like I just had the Mayflash one. I got it because it was slightly cheaper. So that's it. I haven't tried the official one, so it might be a bit like small differences there. I got it from just a store here in Norway, actually, but it was really difficult to get when I first wanted it, because it was sold out everywhere because everybody wanted an adapter for Smash 4. So it's probably easier to find now, but it was really tricky to find back when I was looking for it. Yeah, I think the creator of this game played Journey and got really inspired, like games like Journey. I love Journey. But the thing about Journey is that Journey has great controls, and it's a super broken game, so it's really fun to speedrun because you can just abuse the flying mechanics so easily. Although it's not super easy to pull off, once you understand how it works, it's really fun to mess around with. Well, this game is just like Hold W, which is like, it's okay. It's not supposed to be gameplay heavy, like it's supposed to be like just a huge landscape that you just travel across and that's it really. But I wish there was like slightly more movement things to this. I mean, it's good that you have max speed by just holding up instead of having to dash all the way or roll all the time, that kind of thing. Like with TP you have to roll all the time if you're Human Link, or if you're Wolf Link you have to dash all the time to keep your maximum speed up. And sometimes you're going across pretty far areas, so like it would be nice to just hold up and just have that be max speed instead of pressing buttons. But for Okami, you press the dash button once, and then you just like after I guess like up to 10 seconds you gain max speed, and as long as you keep holding forward, you will have max speed and you don't press any buttons, so it's like comfortable. And then that's because you're designed to like run across large fields, just like this one. So it's good that you can just like hold down a button to have max speed. But at the same time, it's like, it's so much traveling, and there are such huge gaps between the items you're collecting in this game, or the secrets you're finding. So I kind of wish there was either like a smaller gap between them, or that you had some other movement options. But I don't know. Can't ask for too much. Yeah, you should definitely check out this Journey speedrun. I have one on my YouTube. It's probably unlisted though. I think almost all of my speedruns are unlisted, so if you want to watch them you can go to my speedrun.com profile and click the link from there. Alright, I'm gonna change the last place I split at. I'm just gonna split when I lose control instead of waiting for the title screen to pop up. I prefer just start new game, or at the beginning of movement and then at the end of movement. Just makes more sense. It's like less than 30 minutes. Alright, so I used to wait just a little bit because the name of the game, the title of the game, pops up really shortly. Like the camera pans out like this, and then you can see it says the first tree in the skies here. That's when I used to split, but I'm deciding to split earlier. Like as soon as I lose control, I'll split, because like there's nothing I can control at this point. So just like these 20 seconds, like whatever. What good does it do, really? So yeah, we'll split it there, right by the tree. Makes a lot of sense, actually. There's one game I know of where like instead of